Oh hey, welcome to my desk. Today I'm going to be drawing kitchen items that I want to get. Okay, so I like to cook. I like to be in the kitchen. And I have a lot of things that I use that I really like. But there are some things that I don't have that I really want to get. So I just went on Pinterest and I looked up what I thought were cool examples of these objects, and I'm going to draw them for you today. And I'm going to start with a coffee maker. And this is a very specific kind of coffee maker. Of course I have, well, not of course, but I do have an espresso machine and a mocha pot and an AeroPress and a French press. But part of me really wants a traditional kind of like American style coffee pot. And I found this one on Pinterest and I just thought it was really cool. I tend to gravitate towards more retro looking designs, I think. Like 70s and stuff. I don't know why, maybe it's a phase. But I just thought this one was really cool. And there's just something about this type of coffee pot that I really like. I think partially because you can make a big batch in the morning and then it will stay warm, on the pot. So it's kind of convenient in that way. And I just find it also like a little bit nostalgic for me to see like just a pot of coffee. So yeah, I kind of want to get one. But it's actually funny. I'm going to go ahead and color this now. It's actually funny because I never used to drink coffee at all. Like for a lot of my life, I didn't drink coffee because it made me really nervous every time I drank it. And it wasn't until like relatively recently, like the last few years, that I started to drink it more regularly, and obviously I kind of got into it. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's also something about having this kind of pot, because all of my other ways of making coffee are like very time intensive. Like you have to really take your time on it, and I, of course, can appreciate that, the ritual of making something. But sometimes you just want a cup of coffee right away. So that is a coffee maker. Okay, the next object that I would like to get is a mandolin. And I know that mandolins are not particularly like fancy or expensive. I don't know why I haven't just gotten one already, but I don't know. Sometimes I get these things in my head and it just takes me a really long time to actually follow through. But I would love to have a mandolin. I would use it, I think, for a lot of things. vegetables, or it could be cool to try to make potato chips, homemade. Or, yeah, I don't know, the possibilities are endless, and I always see people on like cooking videos using mandolins, and I just think like it just adds a like especially professional feeling to whatever you're making. Like things are really sliced, or very thinly sliced. It just has like a certain elegance that I really admire and would like to incorporate into my own cooking. And I like this particular mandolin. It's kind of got a cool like blocky look to it, which I think is really cool. And I like the color. It's got this like lemony, buttery yellow. So, I mean, I don't even know where to find this, but I just thought it looked cool. Okay, so the next item that I would like to get soon is actually kind of expensive, and that's probably why I haven't gotten it. But it is a stand mixer, and I found this particular stand mixer on Pinterest as well. And again, it has this kind of retro look to it. And I know most people have like the KitchenAid, or like that's the most popular stand mixer I've ever seen. And I don't know, recently I've heard like that they've fallen off in quality from like a couple of different creators and stuff like that. So I don't know, I might have to do some research before I get myself one, just because I think it's one of those things that it's a big purchase, they're not super cheap, so I would want to make sure I got the right one. I mean, aesthetically, I really do like this one. It's really cool, and I like the orange of it. But I don't know anything about it. I just saw a picture of it, so again, I would need to do research. But I really would love to have a stand mixer for so many reasons. One of which being I like to make my own bread and pizza doughs and stuff like that. And kneading things by hand can be pretty labor intensive. So I just feel like that would really be an incredible quality of life improvement for me, because it would be really nice to not have to knead everything by hand for however long. And the only problem I might have with that though is that my kitchen is really small, so I think that it would be kind of a challenge to know where to put it. It is quite a large appliance, but I would figure it out. Just because I think it's really worth it to have a stand mixer. I think they're super cool. And again, I think it's not the only reason, but I do make a lot of breads and doughs. But you can also use it to make, desserts, baked goods, a meringue, for example. I do have an immersion blender, but the problem is that, with a whisk attachment. But the problem is that I just think it's... Oh, actually, there's no problem. I just want a stand mixer. I think they're cool. So it's not like necessarily like a necessity. I don't need it, but I just think it would be cool to have one and nice for me. Alright, and I'm going to add a little bit of black on the top here because you can kind of see the inside of the bowl, so it gets kind of darker on the inside. Okay, so that is a stand mixer. Okay, the next thing I'm going to draw, speaking of big appliances, it's pretty big as well, but I'm going to draw a rice cooker. And my family growing up, we cooked rice like pasta. We would only ever eat like basmati rice, and we would cook it like pasta and then drain it when it was cooked and then steam it for a little bit after that. It's just like a Persian way to make rice. So that's how I grew up eating rice. But now that I'm an adult, I've just seen a lot of people talking about how great rice cookers are. And I kind of want to get one for myself. It does look just very fluffy and delicious from a rice cooker. And I know that you can also do like certain recipes in a rice cooker, like not just rice, but you can also put like protein or vegetables or like, sauce or broth or whatever in it to make special dishes with rice. I just think that's cool, convenient, nice. And this one, it's kind of not going to match perfectly with the color because it's a little bit, I don't have a perfect match, but it's kind of like a beige color. And then for the top, it's kind of got like a little bit of a rosy color. Which I think, I've heard of this brand before, that they are supposed to be really good. So I picked this one up. It doesn't really have like an especially like retro or like interesting design like some of the other things, but it is just something that looks really neat. Like the product more so than the design, like the rice, I mean. So yeah, now I'm just going in with the slightly rosier beige. This is kind of like a peach color. So I'm just hoping that you get the idea. It's not going to be exactly like the picture. But again, this is just for fun. And then I'm going to go in with this gray for the two sections at the top, for like, I think, opening the rice cooker. Okay, so that is a rice cooker. Alright, I think I'm going to draw one more thing, and it's going to take like 2 seconds, and it's really shameful that I don't already have this, but it's a scale. And a scale is something that I used to have, but it broke, and I haven't replaced it. And they're not expensive. I should just get it, but again, I just put these things off, or I just forget about them, and I just, go without for a really long time and think to myself, okay, I gotta get one every time I need it. But these are really useful for baking and cooking in general, but especially baking because you have to be pretty precise. And I do have measuring spoons, and for cups and stuff I just use one of my cups as like a general idea, and I've made it so far this far without it, but I just think it would make my life a lot easier just to finally get one one looks cool to me. I like that it's kind of a little bit beige, and it has these like black accents that I really think are cool. And I like that it has these like smooth, rounded edges as well. A lot of scales can be pretty ugly or just utilitarian. I mean, not everything in your life has to be a beautiful thing, but if it can be, I don't see why you wouldn't want that. I hope that doesn't make me sound like a snob, but I just like when products look cool. And I don't know, if I'm gonna choose between two things, I'm gonna want the cooler looking one, obviously. Function matters as well. But maybe you can have both. Alright, so that was a scale, and that was the last thing, so I hope you liked it. Alright, well, I hope you like this one. Let me know in the comments what kitchen items you recommend. And I will see you in the next one.